Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today, this video is going to be all about what you should do before the end of Chapter 3, Season 1. Now, if you don't know, I'm actually recording this the day after I did the Haven Feathers video, and now it is the 16th, currently. The season will end on the 19th or the 20th. Now, I don't know which one it's going to be, specifically which day it's going to be for the downtime, but I did want to make this video before the end of the season so you guys could just wrap up anything you need to do within the battle pass or just things that you could see on the map before it changes in season 2. So I'm going to start it off here, and the first thing that you should obviously be trying to complete is the battle pass. Okay, now there's tons of challenges that you can do to complete the battle pass. There's tons of season challenges, and there were tons of other kinds of like ways to level up this season. I think that was one of the ways, like one of the good things about it, that there were so many ways to level up, including in creative. So, but my suggestion is probably not going to be in these first two tiers, unless you just bought the battle pass like maybe a week ago. You're not going to be in these two tiers. You're probably going to be somewhere around here if you weren't trying or you just didn't want to do any kind of challenges. So if you're somewhere around here in this area and you do own the battle pass, my suggestion is try to do at least some of the challenges that you have, because you'll be able to get these other kinds of skins down here and other kinds of rewards. Now, we also have the bonus rewards over here. I'm going to include these with the battle pass specifically because they're just other styles for the skins. So let's just say maybe you finish this part of the battle pass and you're like halfway done with the bonus rewards. You're probably like here and you want to get, and you actually want to get these golden styles. So same thing applies here. You just kind of want to do your challenges. Now, Epic sometimes has been known to give some of these rewards at the end of the season. Like, in the beginning of a new season, I forgot which one it was. I think it was Season 8 of Chapter 2, or, like, in the beginning of Season 8. But sometimes they have been known to give the rewards. Like, let's just say you don't get Golden Spider-Man. They may give you that reward for free anyway. However, that's not always a guarantee. And that's what I am saying, why I'm saying to do these challenges here, because you never know if these items are just going to go away forever and you won't be able to claim these styles. This obviously happened for a lot of people in Chapter 1 Season 4 with Omega. And yeah, I did start in Chapter 1 Season 4, and I didn't get the battle pass, but I do know that a lot of people struggled to get Omega because of the fact that the challenges were so hard. Nowadays, people are better, and they're better at building, better at doing challenges and stuff like that, so it shouldn't really be a problem. But my suggestion is, if you have some of these items left to claim, try to do the challenges. You don't need to, but it's just a suggestion if you want to get all of these different styles. Now, the second thing that I would suggest you do before the end of the season would actually be Haven Mask. Now, I did a video on this yesterday, or actually 2 days ago, I believe, on how to get feathers for the Haven Mask, so hopefully you watched that one before you did this one. But obviously, in order to unlock these Haven Masks, you need to do certain types of challenges, and those challenges are going to involve some different stuff. So, for example here, in order to unlock this one, I had to hunt 5 boars. But once I did it, I was able to claim it with some of the Haven feathers. So, as you can see, I actually still have 3 masks left, which is not a lot, but they all require 20 feathers, so I'm probably going to be doing the ways that I mentioned in the video to try to get the feathers. But my suggestion is, if you can, like, let's just say you have not most of these completed already, and most of them are still darkened or for you, and you can't claim them yet. My suggestion, at least try to do some of them, because some of the mask won't make a difference, but at the same time, they're kind of just cool to have. Like, this one's cool, right over here. That one's cool. This one's cool. Obviously, some of you may not care about the Haven skin, so this depends if you like this skin or not. But my suggestion, if you can, just try to grab some of these masks, because they are actually pretty cool. And like I said before, Epic could potentially give you all of these masks at the end of the season and during the beginning of the new season, but that's not a guarantee. So my suggestion, try to just get these masks and do the challenges for them if you can. If you don't want to, it's fine. Like I said, this is what I think you should do. But if you do want these masks, that's my suggestion. Is just try to get these feathers, try to do the challenges, and try to unlock as many as you can. Now, if that's done, I can't believe I'm saying this, but third thing you should do, try to get the secret skin, okay? The secret skin is the foundation, okay? And it's obviously the rock, okay? We all saw Chapter 2 Season 8 event, okay? So, we all know who is under this mask, okay? So, as determined as the rock was writing a song for Face Off, you should probably do the challenges so you can get this skin. Now, some of you may not care about the skin, or just don't want it in general, but I think that most of the cosmetics for the skin and the skin itself are pretty cool. And I do believe that even if next season Epic does give some of the styles for skins for free, they will not be giving this one. They definitely won't be just gifting you this secret skin, so you're definitely going to have to work for it. But honestly, some of these challenges, I did these a while ago, but some of these are actually pretty simple. The only one I'd say you'd probably have problems with is this one. In order to get this one, you need to assist in killing Gunner, but even then, all you gotta do is shoot him, and you can run away and just let someone else kill him. And, let's just say you're going for Haven Feathers as well. If you watch that video, you need to kill Gunner to get into the vault. And, yeah. So, my suggestion, just try to get this skin. It's got a pretty cool glider, pretty cool styles. It's got a nice looking pickaxe, and it's the rock. I mean, why not? Okay? Who doesn't like the rock? Anyway. Now, the rest of the things that I want to show you are in game. Some of them are locations, and some of them are even just challenges that give information on the storyline. So I'm going to hop in game and show you guys the rest of the things that you should do. Obviously, before the end of the season. Battle match, and I am going to instantly start off with the next thing. So, obviously, some people may have not been keeping up with the storyline. If you haven't, that's okay. I'm just going to do a brief summary. So, the island flipped with the Chapter 2 Season 8 event. Because of the fact that the Cube Queen was on it, in order to stop it, we actually end up flipping it. And then, obviously, we got the cutscene where we got hit by a wave again, and inevitably, we got sent to this island, and it's amazing. So, right, in addition to that, Sloane, which we did see, and her guards, which are down there, were stuck in the middle of the island, and they were stuck at the epicenter, because that's where the IO base was. And that was also seen in the Imposters mode, which I might be able to do a video on, but I'm still thinking about it. Point is, the Imposters mode is where that main base was, right? Now, Sloane obviously didn't like the fact that we flipped the island on top of her head. Even though she tried to kill us, and it explodes in an alien ship. Yeah, doesn't make sense either. But, right, now she is, obviously, throughout the season, she has sent up these drills from the epicenter with her guards, and is now establishing her right back on the island. Now, we also know that Clover Cavern is now officially the IO's base. And we know that the Sanctuary is the 7's base, obviously. So, what next season, what might be happening is, since the IO, right, has been drilling all over the map, and the 7 wants to stop them. And including that, they also drilled one of their bases and caused a sinkhole on it, right? Which, I wouldn't be happy about that. So, next season, we're suspecting that the IO and the 7 are going to actually go to war, okay? And they're probably gonna be like, we want you. And obviously, I'm wearing the 7 skin, so I think I have to join the 7 here, but, you know, there's probably gonna be like those few people that want to side with Sloan, even though she tried to kill us, once again. Okay, we have a motto here, Sloan is bad. Okay, that's the motto. But anyway, as you can see here, this is one of the first drill sites that actually popped up on the map during this season. So, that's where my next thing comes in. If you haven't checked out these drill sites, you might as well check them out, okay? Now, obviously, you're probably questioning, why would I go out of my way to go to a drill site? Well, one, it's got some pretty decent loot. See, there's a chest there. I believe... Oh yeah, this one doesn't have much loot, but the other ones do. Like, there's one over here. Let me just find it. One over here. One over here. Some over here. I forgot. Where's the butter ones? Here. I believe there's one here. Not here. And there's one here. I believe there's one more, but I'm forgetting about the location. So, and on top of that, there's also drills inside of Covert Cavern, because I had to dig out the hill, or the mountain. And, yeah. The point is, my suggestion is try to go to these, try to see what's going on around here, and then kill these guys. Wow, it's sad how many bullets. About these guys is they actually have this kind of enemy UAV, right? Now, obviously we know games that have UAVs, like Warzone and other things like that, but this is a UAV that the IO has, and if you click it, you'll actually be able to see a large radius of things in the area, and look how far this thing goes. I mean, you're able to see like ammo boxes and chests in a lumber yard. Look at that. Look how far that goes, okay? So, I mean, if you haven't came here, you know, you can just to see it before the end of the season. And definitely try to use the scanner. Now, we don't know if they're leaving, but you definitely still should come and check it out. And including that, they have a launch pad here. And, yeah. So, you guys can have a look here. You don't need to, obviously. I'm actually going to use this that I want that them to go to. And what I want to say next is use the Spider-Man Mythic. This beautiful thing right here. You see this? This is the best movement device. We have like one of the best movement device in Fortnite history. Okay? I'm just gonna attach to it. Anyway, I'm gonna attach to that. Everyone ignore that. I'm gonna attach to the tree. Look at that. Swinging around. Now, I know this is dumb, and you're probably thinking, why would you even mention this? Everyone's used this. Well, there are actually some people that probably haven't used it a lot, okay? So what I'm going to tell you here is get the last days in with this beautiful Mythic before it leaves, because as long as we did get Bugle as well, so try to grab the Mythic, try to go Bugle, and just do it for the last time. Bugle is literally on a volcano, so I definitely believe that that thing is going to erupt next season. Maybe during the beginning of the season. Maybe, like, in the trailer, Sloan just decides, let's, you know, blow up the volcano. That's something she would do. Or at least that's what the screen said. Anyway, yeah, but this volcano is definitely going to become a literal volcano. So my suggestion, get your time in at Daily Bugle and get your time in with the Spider Mythic before they sadly go next season. But I think we gotta say moment of silence Mythic. Okay, moment of silence is done. And yes, we don't talk about how I miss my Spider-Man. But I'm actually gonna use this to now go to the next location. I thought about where am I going to go. Oh yeah, I know exactly where I'm going now. Anyway, if you haven't been keeping up with Sloan's drilling and defacing of the Earth, Sloan actually has been drilling around, and the sinkholes actually line up here, right here. I went from Covert Cavern. They drilled. Earthquakes happen if you haven't seen those. And they're actually currently happening up here all in this range, so if you want to experience an earthquake, come up here near Shifty Shaft and like all around this area, you're just going to feel constant earthquakes. But there's a sinkhole here. There's a sinkhole, where is it? Sinkhole? Am I missing it? No, I'm not. I think it's here. That's another sinkhole, and that's the third sinkhole. Now, these sinkholes, they're making a line, okay, around this, empty piece of land. I'm kidding. Anyway, but they're making a line, a straight line that went from here, and then went all the way up here to the 7 base. But they're making an outline around Tilted, okay? Who killed Columbo? Who did it? Okay, I will find you. Anyway, but just in case Epic does get rid of Tilted, I don't know if they will. I'm assuming they will, because of the fact that they just brought it back this season. I mean, maybe they will. I have no clue. But if a Tilted does go underground, you should probably land there a few more times this season if you haven't. Just because this is an incredible location and is one of the most iconic locations in Fortnite Battle Royale. And this is not like any revamped Tilted. It's not like Bony Birds. It's not like Salty Towers. This is legit Tilted. Like, they had some renovations, like right here, that was renovated. But this is basically identical to Tilted. Like, look, there's even the OG chapter. Oh, wow. But my suggestion is go to Tilted, you know, in case it does fall underground, in which case I will go to Covert Cavern myself, kill Gunner, and then find Sloan, and then put her in an alien ship, and then watch it explode. Okay? But if it does, we should probably come here a few more times. And on top of that, there's usually an NPC here. I forgot his name. Let me check. Oh, actually, I can check in Battle Royale or Battle Lab, but usually there's an NPC here, and he does sell a golden stinger. So definitely you can pick up a golden stinger and you can land at Delta Towers. I mean, what's not to love? But that leads me up to my next point, which is my second to last point, and it's actually just on the road. Now, if you don't know why I'm saying this, it's because of something called bargain. Now, Epic does these wild weeks all at the end of the season. We had, what did we start out with? Darn it, I forgot what we started out with. We started out with one wild week, we went to Wild Web Week, then we went to Aviation Week, which was with the chickens, that was last week, and now we are on Bargain Week. They usually ended off with this wild week specifically. Oh no! I know what the first one was. It was the Bow week. It was the Spider-Man week, and then it was the Aviation week with the chickens. Or I don't know. I could be saying that wrong, by the way. So don't quote me on that. and then it was Bargain Week, which is this week, and everything is discounted, apparently. Sometimes, if you have played in the past, you may have noticed that the upgrades were not actually discounted. So the upgrades this time are still not discounted, but most of the stuff that you could purchase is, including exotics, which is probably why you've been seeing a lot of them in your game. But if you have, that's the reason why. So my suggestion, before the end of the season and before your goal does eventually reset, spend it during this season so that you can get some good weapons and some good victory royales and whatever. Right? And that was my last thing that I was going to mention, and I'm going to mention it now. Obviously, victory royale crown. So we actually had 2 reasons why you want to get that very first dub in the season when you first started out. Normally we'd have 1, which would be the umbrella, and if you don't know what the umbrella looks like, it's essentially a foundation umbrella, not a foundation umbrella, more like a 7 umbrella. I think it's called the 7 Signet. Most of you probably would have it already, but yeah. So not only was that if you won, you would get that, but you also, if you had a crown on you, you'd also get the crowning achievement, which I will show you in a second. Now, if you don't have an emote, and you didn't get a crown win by any random chance, right? Maybe you got a normal one, but you didn't get a crown win, but by any random chance that happens, make sure you just hop on that. You don't need to get a win, obviously. That's something that is required, but it would be nice to get a win this season with the crown and have the umbrella to show it. So, if you're not one of those sweaty guys, try to avoid conflict, really, is my only suggestion. I can't really suggest how to, play Battle Royale. It really just depends on the lobby, but I'm assuming most of you know how to build. And if you do, try to play the game normally. Really. And just kind of try to stay alive. I feel like that's the best way to do it. But if you do have the crown win and you have the umbrella, you don't really need to worry about it. And yeah. So, with that, those have been, I believe, the 8 or 7 reasons, or things that you should do for the end of this season. And let's be real, this season was a really, really good season, and I believe that it will go down as one of the best seasons in Fortnite, just because of the fact that we had constant updates, we had different map changes. I mean, I'm literally standing in Tilted. We had a whole mountain here, and I mean, we literally had the Daily Bugle, but I don't really consider that a map change because that was there since the beginning of the season. So, but I think this chapter is heading off with a great start, and I'm thinking that chapter 2 is going to be even more exciting than this one was. So, those are all the things that you should do before the end of the season. And if you find this helpful, obviously, make sure to comment down below. You can also hit the like button, but you don't need to. So, this is mainly just to help you guys out. Same concept as the Haven Feathers, which if you didn't, you should definitely watch the Haven Feathers if you're trying to get some feathers. The Haven Feathers video. But, that's pretty much the end of this video. So, if you guys did enjoy, make sure to comment that below if you did. And if you find this informational. I'm not like a storyline genius, but, or like a challenge guide person. But if you did find this helpful, then make sure to say that and I'll keep doing more of these. But anyway, with that, that's the end of the video, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.